Welcome, everyone, to the Break Knyte podcast, where we talk about being creative and all the things that inspire us to be creative. I am your host, Craven Knight. I am a woodworker. I am a seamster. I am a prop maker on the side, on top of all of that. But yeah, this is the podcast where me and my buddy, the man who has a master plan, the man, the myth, the legend, all that nonsense, co-host, tell these people who you are.
I am Rusif Matska. I'm sorry. I am smelling like a rose at some stand alone inside
Oh wait, wrong one.
Stand alone. I am Sean Iredale, the man with the master plan, and one of the co-runners up Amberland Studios. Also, today I have gas. Sorry, because I will be farting like crazy.
It happens. It's real, man. It's real.
We're here to
deliver. Method, bro.
We're here to deliver the raw, uncut smells that is the Break Knyte Pod.
The Smellicast.
Ooh, the smell.
The Scratch and Sniff podcast, first of its kind.
Scratch and sniff.
Scratch your phone and you will sniff it.
Telecast. All right.
We got some creative.
We got some stuff.
Yeah,
we got some stuff.
I've been busy over the last. We haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah,
you know, life gets in the way, work and all that stuff.
Shit's garbage.
Yeah, and you know, I've been busy. I've been doing my stuff.
So what you been doing, man?
So I just completed a big, gigantic TV stand for my sister. So,
I saw that.
Yeah, she wanted a TV stand, and I told her, it's like, well, you're gonna have to pay for the supplies because like I'm not doing that out of my pocket. So I just told her, for, you know, 'cause I live with my sister, for what I pay her in utilities every month or whatever, I'll just hold on to that money, use that to buy the supplies, and then, you know, build it for a video.
Right.
So I recorded the whole process. I have about 7 hours of footage on that, which I edited all last night to down to 4 hours. So Jesus. In a jump cut, that'll probably be down to 15 minutes of like really.
Damn.
Plus, but that was a rough edit. But like, I still have some more editing to do after I put in the high speed. Because after the high speed, then I'll be able to figure out what other fluff I got to take out of it. But no, it was very random. It was like, you know, just the idea was like a big corner thing. She just saw the stain that I use for the Dragon Ball display case that I made. Okay. And she really liked how, like, that orange. And the stain is called a gun stock. And so I used that stain for that display case, which I'll talk about. But she really liked that. She wanted me to make her a TV stand with that. So I was like, okay, but I didn't want to just do that one color. So I went to like Ace Hardware and whatever, and I was trying to look for a good color that would be a nice contrast. I wanted to try and experiment with like doing 2 different tones to see how it would come out. And it came out really good. I knew a darker tone would really bring out that kind of orangey looking stain.
I really liked it when I saw it.
Yeah.
I was very pissed, and I wanted to text you right away and be like, dog, I need a fucking TV stand.
Yeah, just let me know. And I'll do it. I'll probably wouldn't want to do another video on a TV stand, but yeah. I definitely do it for the practice.
I'm gonna help you do it.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna shoot video of it. It's gonna be lit. I'm gonna play club music. It's all gonna be a mess.
But yeah, no, it was a process because it was a lot of I wouldn't say trial and error, but it was a lot of problem solving because it was a big project, but it was like I've never built a TV stand from scratch, so it was a lot of figuring out exactly how I was going to put everything together, but it came out really nicely. I kind of rushed it a bit just because, like, you know, I just was like, you know, it's a lot of pieces, so it's a lot of sanding, a lot of you know, screwing in certain parts to make sure things worked out well, but I thought 3 times about everything before I finished certain parts to make sure everything came out well. So in the end, it came out really nice. We put everything together, and she also wanted a little a base thing for the TV itself. So she can put her, so it's like a thing that stands up 4 inches tall, but it's specifically the size of the base of the TV. Right. So it can be more elevated, so her sound bar can go right in front.
Dude.
So her her TV is a lot more higher on top of the TV stand being pretty high. It's about, I think, maybe 30 inches high almost. Damn. And thing is freaking gigantic. Like, it's probably like, I don't know, just think about like a normal TV stand you'll see at like a Home Depot or not Home Depot, fucking an IKEA and just kind of almost double, well, not double the size, but like just think of like a bigger version of it, and it's freaking ginormous.
Oh, I could see.
And she really wanted to put like, you know, baskets in it and all that stuff. And it looks good where it's at and stuff. I'm really happy with how it came out. Plus that little base thing that I made, the cables can hide behind it, or if she has anything, she can just hide it behind there.
Right.
So it's not like any clutter or anything. So it's very nice the way it is. And my nephew can even climb in there. Like I was able to climb in the shelving. Like that's how big the spaces are and stuff.
That's huge, too.
So I'm excited to kind of get that video out. I'm not sure if that's going to be the next one, because I also recorded me, and I started late on the recording, but I meant to do it from the beginning, the Dragon Ball Z display case for my Dragon Balls. Now, my girlfriend bought me the Dragon Balls. She bought them all individually as gifts for me.
Okay.
And I've had no decent way to display them. Like over the last 2 years, I've kind of just, you know, had material and I just lay them on the material and stuff like that and put them on a shelf. But
I saw that the display box.
Yeah.
And it's like a. Was that the material it came with? The blue velvet?
No, it didn't. That's everything I just did. So
shit. All right.
everything. It didn't come with anything. It just came in like a little box. And I've had it in like a Walmart bag and in a drawer until I decided to do something with it. And it's been in the back of my mind until I open a drawer. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do something with the balls. And then I close the drawer. And then I'll think about it a week later, or I'll go back a week later. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to do something today with the fucking Dragon Balls.
Of course.
So I just kind of went in and just kind of made a simple just box, but I want it to be at an angle so it can kind of, like, I wanted the display case to stand straight, but I didn't want the entire case to be just kind of like everything is even. I wanted there to be some kind of an angle. So the top part is more narrow than the bottom part. Mm-hmm. So the base, is wider, and then I just used some MDF board for the back part and just nailed it in. And then I, stained it with the gunstock stain, which gave it a nice orange tone to it, which I thought was going to be more of a red, but it came out in orange, which is like perfect for the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
And then I was like looking at my my materials and trying to think what would be a nice contrast to that orange, because the balls are orange. I wanted there to be like a nice color that make the balls pop. And then I just used, because I've had this foam laying around. It's pretty much like very soft couch cushion like foam. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think I originally got it for the intention of doing something with the Dragon Balls, and I got this almost a year ago. And it's just been sitting around, and I just never used it, and probably for something else. But yeah, I cut a nice square, had my measurements and everything, cut a nice square of that, and just kind of figured out, just kind of drew on thing. I knew it was going to cover up the foam. Drew up some points of where I wanted the balls to be. So one in the middle, then 3 at the top, kind of curved, and 3 at the bottom curved, right. And just figuring out the best way to cut the holes. And even the video that I record, you see me just trying to figure out, do I want to cut like a diamond so there's like some type of friction when it goes in, or do I want to cut an even circle? And then I needed some more thickness in there so it can kind of go in depth. So I kept figuring it out as I went, 'cause I never did anything like that with that type of foam because it's so soft. And then after I did that, I was like, that foam alone is not strong enough to hold the balls in place, especially with the material, because I just used some Lycra material. And I was like going to stretch it over so it was going to be kind of like flat instead of like, scrunched up like how it ended up coming out. And so I realized I need something more firm in the front, kind of like a locking mechanism for the balls and stuff. Right. So it squeezes in and then it stays in there. So I was like, okay, you try using my craft foam. So I grabbed my craft foam. I had to kind of put 2 sheets together, kind of cut the same shapes, do like, little circle shapes. And since it's covered, I don't have to worry about it being too perfect. So I was able to just cut like some vague circles for the balls to fit through, and then just test the one, put it through, and it came out perfect. No shit. So like I just kind of tested the one, then I tested the others. I had to put the balls into the foam before I committed to putting it into the wood, which I didn't glue it into the wood. You can easily take it out. I just I could glue it, but if anything goes wrong, I want to be able to take it out without a problem. So I just kind of left it as is, and I don't need to glue it because it's in there just fine. So everything came out really nicely. I used the spray adhesive to kind of put the material on, and I want it to be I thought like the scrunched up look would look really cool and give it a nice look. And I got that from Jimmy DeRessa, who's one of the guys I follow on YouTube, and he does a lot of woodworking stuff. But he made like an entire chess set Like he made all the pieces, he lathed all the pieces himself, and but he also made like this piece for the board, and it slides in and out. But the thing that he made was like he used cloth, and he just kind of cut out the holes and whatever for the pieces, but he kind of squeezed them in, and it all looks crunched up, but it looks very elegant and pretty. So I wanted to do something like that with the Dragon Balls, and I made the display piece. The blue really makes orange pop, and it looks really awesome. It just sits on my desk, and it's just perfect. And now I'm thinking I have to do that same exact thing with my... Because I looked at it, I was like,
here we go.
Now I did it. I still got some foam left over. I got to do that same thing with my Power Rangers blaster, my Morpher, and my thing. Because I made that thing already, but I want to make a better one. So I can still recycle that piece, but I can make a wood frame and use a different stain and all that stuff. I want to use that dark walnut, which is what I use for my sister's TV stand.
Yeah, and that's always a dope-ass color.
Yeah. And... other thing was in relation to Dragon Ball Z, I made some Saiyan armor.
Yeah, I saw that too. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a random thing. I was working on it for like 3 days and trying to figure it out because not 3 days total, but like it took some time just because it was a lot of figuring out like how things were gonna work out, like how to put certain pieces to make it look cool, the actual armor and all that stuff.
It looks way better than your first version.
Oh yeah, my first version was like because I used way too thick of foam for the first. I think the foam I used before.
This one still looks a little fat though.
You think so?
Yeah, but I didn't see anybody wear it yet.
No, like honestly, it looks. That's the thing because even my sister said it. Like she saw it on me. She saw me wearing it. I just wore it upstairs. She was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I took it off, and it was like, it looks bigger when you're not wearing it.
Weird. Well, no, it's its proportions, right?
Yeah, I think it looks fatter because like it doesn't maintain the arching shape for around the torso.
Exactly.
Because like I tried doing that, but like for some reason it keeps wanting to go
out.
Yeah, it still keeps wanting to do that, so it's tough to kind of and really the intention was to pretty much display it exactly where it is, just on top of that bookshelf until I make a new bookshelf.
Right.
But
clearly that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I still need to like figure out because the trouble I have with because I want to take a picture with it on, but I want to actually make like the gloves with the gauntlet pieces, the boots. I want to make the outfit. I want to make a whole cosplay outfit, which I know at this point, like the armor is the hardest part on top of like the hair. Like I want to make a new hair piece.
Well, once the armor and boots are done, it's like smooth sailing.
Yeah, like making just the spandex like jumpsuit like would be a breeze.
Yeah.
I just need the that amount of material, which I know exactly where to go for that.
Go figure.
Yeah, but no, I made the armor. It looks cool. I want to make another set. I really want to. Because for not years, but for like the last year, I kept thinking of like it'll be cool to use gold for like those yellow spots instead because I've seen how cool that looks, and I've seen like this perfect rattle can of gold, and I was like that would look awesome. I just need to try and experiment with it, and I did it, and that is like
I love the way it came out.
Yeah, like, that is the finest,
the true to life like Saiyan armor. But go ahead.
But like, yeah, that gold portion like is the finest. After I did it, because that was the first thing I did was the gold portions, and after I did it,
it's the finest.
It's the finest
I've ever
looking.
Put on my body.
It's the finest looking thing on the armor, and I was like so happy with it. And after, I have a picture of it in just like without the white, so I have it so it just looks like black and gold, and it looks fucking awesome like that.
Right,
but it's just exposed like foam and stuff.
Yeah.
And because like I attempted to sand the foam, there's like some imperfections in the foam that like the paint couldn't really grab. So because I wanted to go for like the perfect look, I didn't really intend to do the weathering, but in order to kind of cover up my flaws, I had to go with the weathering techniques.
I prefer the weathering anyway.
Yeah, because I wanted to fill the cracks and stuff with the weathering, so that there was some black in there and stuff. But like it was mainly the intention for the weathering was mainly just to cover up the flaws. To kind of, but even in the end, it still looks fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like I'm really happy with it, and it's like this is kind of my version 2, my second attempt of making the armor, and because I was originally gonna make the bigger piece, like the original, like Vegeta piece with the big shoulders and maybe the side pieces, whatever.
The long pads.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, I'll go with this one first, go small, and now I was thinking like maybe I'll make the Green Ranger armor piece. I was obsessed with doing that as a kid. I want to make another one like that.
Why don't you just make a hybrid?
I could do that. The guy, there's this guy. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff. His name is Cosplay Corp, or Cos Corp, or something like that, or what is it? Capsule Corp.
It's like his business, or
it's his business. He makes Saiyan armor. and he makes like the best Saiyan armor. Like his business is making Saiyan armor and making hybrids.
I mean, if you keep doing shit like this,
because he has made a Punisher like Saiyan armor one. So it's just like Saiyan armor, but with the Punisher stuff on it. And then he's made like the hybrid of like the Power Rangers, like in the White Ranger and stuff like that. Like he's made some really cool stuff, and it's his design that's kind of really pushed me to try and attempt mine. Like I think his Cosplay Corp is his Instagram. Yeah. It's freaking I'll show you after we're done, but it's perfect.
Yeah, I'd love to.
But and one last thing just to end off, I have a commission, like a full set of gear for commission. Shit. And this was a challenge because like trying to find the material was a bitch. I spent like an hour online because the guy was like committed, but only fully committed if I can find this specific material, which the material was like a shiny snakeskin looking material. The material itself is 4-way stretch from the looks of it and stuff. And it's not just a snakeskin, but it's kind of faded. So it's shiny red, but faded. So, shiny red and black. And I was thinking, I feel like I've seen it before, and I'll give it a shot. I was like, I want it only if I can get this exact one. It's like, okay, like I can commit to doing the research only after he's paid, because like I don't want to do the work, like spend like an hour, 2 hours looking for it, and then getting nothing. I'd rather he pay and then I look for it for 2 hours and then I not find it and just refund him the money, than me like commit to 2 hours to looking for it, not finding it.
It's still work.
Yeah. So I'd rather have the money in my account, like for the work, than to like kind of.
You're preaching to the choir, right?
Yeah, like then just fucking wait, then do all the work and maybe get nothing out of it. So I told him straight up, it's like, dude, I will commit to looking for this and doing my hardest to find it, only if you pay, because I've had experience with guys like making all this effort and getting nothing out of it. Yeah. So.
No, that is.
But no, the material looks really awesome. I kept finding material like it. I spent an hour looking and couldn't find it. And then the next morning, while I'm at work, I just like started browsing and looking, and just kind of, instead of looking for the material specifically, started looking for related stuff. Okay. So because it's not on any fabric website that I've gone to, and I ended up finding it because of an image of a different color that looked just like it. But it was, but when I went there, it had choices for other colors, and the red was an option.
And that's what I was just about to say. I was like, oh, there it is.
Yep, and I found it. It was fucking expensive, because like I ended up spending almost $50 just for a yard and a half of this stuff.
Not your money.
Yeah, and but yeah, that's just more money than like anybody. I would have wanted to spend on just like one thing of material, because that's less profit that I'm making. But but yeah,
you gotta factor that material in, my guy.
Yeah, but it's like the set is kick pads, knee pads, trunks, one sleeve, and a gauntlet.
Get some.
So it's like, it's pretty pricey and stuff. Whenever someone wants that much stuff.
God, I hope he's the shit.
And I've seen some of his stuff. He looks pretty.
He's so funny.
He wears a mask, and he looks like a pretty cool dude. And going back and forth, he seems all right. He just really wanted this specific material.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm never gonna knock somebody with this specific vision. It's just, if it's fucking hard, it's hard.
Yeah, for sure. But I was lucky. I was happy I was able to find it, because I was like, I need this money, but like, fuck,
I need your
it's
fucking
fucking
money.
Hard to find.
Put him in a headlock and just be like, I need your money, brother.
Yeah,
I already got their money, brother.
But yeah, so I got the material. Still waiting on the material. It's been a little over a week, and once I get it, then I can start get moving. Dude,
you're gonna open that box up. That shit's gonna be green.
Oh my God.
They're just gonna be like,
I'll be so pissed.
Fucking, we didn't fucking.
It's like, I already spent that money on drugs and whores and stuff.
Oh, and stuff.
And yeah, and one more thing, the YouTube video, the kick pads that I made, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the DIY babies.
Yeah, the Green Arrow inspired kick pads that I put out there. Those, that was pretty cool video. There's some stuff that I left out, but it was, it's all for the right purpose. But
yeah, you fucking jerks.
But no, it came out great, and I think some more people should watch it. And I'm trying to learn some more techniques. I'm trying to get my stuff more seen, because that's some of the gripes that I'm having with like all the work that I'm putting in. Is the fact that like not enough people are seeing it, and I need more people to see it. 'Cause I know if more people see it, they'll be into it. But it's like people need to be open-minded to seeing, and not a lot of people are open-minded to new stuff.
Oh well, Yep. Trust me, I know that too.
Yeah, but that's it on my end. I have I probably have way more, but I've rambled enough because I'm always like every day I have a new idea that I have to execute. Because even my mother's giving me stuff. It's like, you need to do this for me, and you need to make a toy chest. And like, fuck, because after I made the TV stand, my sister was like, "Oh, now you need to make me a DVD rack." And I was like, "Bitch, I'm making myself a DVD rack first."
DVD rack?
Yeah.
Don't know. What the fuck, dude? Just tell her to buy a fucking bookshelf from the thrift store.
That's the thing. She buys really cheap shit that if you touch it with your pinky, it's gonna explode.
Good. At this point, she's asking for a DVD rack.
Yeah.
They're all gonna explode if you touch them. They don't work anymore.
So she wants fucking she wants one that just matches. Like, she wants everything to match and all that.
Well, you're done fucked up.
Yeah.
Craven IKEAs.
Yeah.
On my end, I am working on the Wild Pete promotional image for a celebration that we will be having amongst homies. It's the celebration of the Wild Pete character. He is absolutely hilarious, a dear friend of mine, and loves to rage. Man, that guy can party. Was the singer of Pistol Whipped at one point, and I've done some promotional work for him before, so that's just kind of where I'm at with him. It's been a lot of fun working on his stuff, though. I'm working on renders right now, even as we speak. And it's funny to me because initially we just wanted like a poster or a banner, to kind of commemorate, and then maybe a shirt or something. We're thinking about it. We're not sure, but it's kind of fun because I'm doing this illustration of my buddy who is a character beyond a character, and hopefully I'll be able to unveil it out to you guys soon, and maybe even work him into a couple of projects that I'm working on. So that's pretty much it on this end. I can't just spend 2 days and build a bench. What I'm doing is I have to spend a couple of days building this image that I'm not pissed off at. Yeah. So it all goes hand in hand, really.
It's all in the details. You can't rush that stuff.
It's so true. Also, working on likenesses, too, is, really difficult.
Yeah, I bet.
Because, I could get that stuff when I was doing my the bag commissions that I had. Shout out to Squadron Z. But now it's a little different because I'm painting digitally, right? So now I'm trying to match likenesses without, copy and pasting and I'm fine with that, but right now it's just kind of difficult because it's like I don't really paint, but I'm still painting on this digital fucking shit on my Wacom Studio. So it's just like, fuck. It's all kind of a learning experience for me. Every day is a new learning experience because I'm just like, oh shit.
There's certain functions or features that you're still learning.
Styles, really. It's when you paint everybody, there's this basic style that most people use, and then there's this trippy style that some people feel it's more useful for them.
Yeah.
I'm trying this more traditional style because whatever, it's just pen on. It's digital, but it's still pen on pad, right? So yeah. I'm trying to mimic what I'm comfortable with, but holy shit, let me tell you, it's fucking difficult.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while on the image, but I think it'll follow suit soon enough. I think it'll come together. Like I said, it's actually almost done, and it's come together better than I expected it to, especially for the shit that I do. But it's still got more to learn, still got more to figure out.
So when you first got the digital, what is this called? The
Cintiq.
Cintiq. When you first got this, was it really intimidating for you to just get started on it?
Or
were you just kind of all in?
Yeah. I mean, it was intimidating because I'm archaic essentially. And then I plugged the bastard in, and I'm running old ass Photoshop, an old version of Photoshop like CS5, but it's very intuitive for Photoshop. So I was lucky enough to have it just be like, oh shit, it's just it kind of walks you through how to do things, and the Wacom Center can help you out a lot, and dragging and tracing and feathering and stuff and changing the pen nibs. It's all like, it's the shit, really. Now as I do it, I'm kind of upset that I bought a cheaper version, right? Like, mine's a 17 inches, whereas there are some right now that are, the 27 HD, that's like the size of an easel, So that's end goal, but I need to have $4,000 laying around.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I just don't have that.
No.
But yeah,
do the best you can what you have. That's pretty much like a motto I live by that I've gotten from
exactly.
Jim Gordon from The Dark Knight.
Oh, no shit. To plunge your hands in the filth. You better pray you have a friend like I did. I just watched that movie. Funny enough, since I've been down here working on this image, I've been I did the YouTube Red thing.
Okay,
which is really dope.
Awesome.
And I've also just been watching like my Blu-rays and shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm down here and I'll look up shit on YouTube, or I was looking it up on Hulu, and I was like, bro, I have all these movies that I spend money on, that I spent time to collect. I'm like, let me just go in. So I've been doing the old superhero rewatches, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
I'll do that every now and then, just kind of sit there and rewatch some old, hero movies.
Yeah. And, I watched Fury Road recently, Winter Soldier, watched Dark Knight Rises, gonna watch The Dark Knight. I'm gonna watch them in reverse, because why not?
Yeah. I've done that plenty.
Casino Royale, 007, stuff like that. So I'm just having a good time, actually, because a lot of times when I got caught up in trying to watch shows and stuff that everybody else is watching, or that I hear is good, that I want to kill time with, that it's like, it's almost exhausting.
Yeah.
Waiting for the good parts to come.
It almost feels like it's work.
Yeah.
When you have to sit through, like, watching a Iron Fist or
a
Defenders, where it's like you feel like you're not getting much out of it.
Exactly. So I go back and I just plug in, I just put in some movies that I know I like, and I'm like, oh, that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
But so I digress. That's what I got going on my creative side.
Right on.
So let us segue into everybody's blockbuster hit movie, the new kid on the block, It.
Talking to town.
Talking to movies. Yes. All right, so I saw this movie, and I have not seen the original.
Oh, really?
Well, that's a lie. I have, but I was like fucking 8.
Okay.
Right? So I don't remember anything. I don't know that movie. I know Tim Curry was a clown.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
It's funny because for years, I probably have seen it like when I was a kid too, but I don't fully remember like seeing it as a kid, but I've always seen, over the last years, I've always seen images of the clown, especially around Halloween, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I've always seen images, so I know it as a reference point, and I've only known like the scene from him being, in the beginning of the movie where he's like in the the drainage,
sewer.
Yeah, like right in that drainage ditch right there or whatever. He like I've only known that as like a reference point, and I never knew it was like right at the beginning of the movie or the the TV series or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. I guess it was a movie, but it was also like a series, like a TV movie series or whatever.
Yeah. It was like a made. It's
confusing.
It was like a made for TV movie series thing.
And I think it was a little less than a year ago, because it was when it was my girlfriend and our roommate. We all we just decided to watch it, and because we bought it. Yeah.
No shit.
And it was like just probably about maybe 7 months ago or whatever, we decided to watch it, and probably around Halloween or whatever. But no, we were watching it, and I was semi into it and all that stuff, since I was like, I never watched this and blah blah blah, and I was like, I couldn't really fully get into it because the hopping around and old stuff I have trouble sticking to.
Well, yeah, it's sometimes some things translate well, like some things stand the test of time. Some things don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely understand. Now, I need to watch them just so I can get kind of a reference point. I am familiar a little bit with some of the things in the book.
Okay.
But I really liked this fucking movie.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
It's funny because my girlfriend asked me, I think about a week or two before it came out, and because I wasn't sure when it was coming out. Cause I think I saw like the first trailer, and I was like, whatever.
I was the same way.
Yeah. And then, so I didn't bother watching any additional trailers. So I was kind of completely out of the loop on some stuff.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it's nice when you can do that. Just kind of stay out of the loop.
It really helps.
It's like you kind of have to train yourself to do that because it's so easy to get caught up in what's coming out.
It's like spoilers, dirt sheets, really anything nowadays.
So she asked me, I was like, are you interested in it? And I was like, nah, you can just go with Jessica. And she's like, she's going with Mike, and I think it'd be good for us to go together or whatever shit like that.
Fucking Mike.
So I was like, after a while, I was like, after hearing so much good shit about it, like the weekend went by and I was like, there's so much, like, I keep hearing about it. She wanted to get showtime for like the night of, but it was like sold out, and even the night after sold out. Saturday we happened to go to a matinee,
okay.
So we got to see it during the daytime and all that.
I
was like, you know what?
That shit's the best.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? So many people are saying good stuff about it. Like, I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's not until now through the podcast that I listen to that I keep hearing like people say like they didn't like it for this reason or that reason, which I'm just like, these guys are so fucking up their own asses. They don't understand like how good this movie was. But like, no, I am not a fan of horror movies. It's like, it's not that they scare me. It's just like, especially nowadays,
it's not your bag.
It's not. Yeah, it's just not my thing. They tend to be very predictable. And it's like they're trying so hard to scare you, blah, blah, blah. This movie was probably my favorite horror movie.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah. Coming from somebody who doesn't watch horror movies on a regular basis, if I do, it's the nostalgic stuff like, Child's Play or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes Halloween, if anything. But no, I really dug this movie. I liked how they kind of went straight to the point. Spoilers if you haven't seen it already, but in the beginning when they show him, I really loved like when they showed him in the drainage, with the rain and stuff like that, because I kept thinking, this is probably gonna drag, and then I forgot all about that part that happens. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna come out and then he's gonna show, and the way they show him, the way they kind of twisted it from the original is like kind of doing their own thing was really awesome. The way he talked, the way he emoted, the way like his eyes kind of went in different directions, and just like he drooled, like just those little details.
Yeah, those little.
I was like really into it, and I was like, God, this is so. I was like really intrigued. I was like really into it, and I was like on the edge of my seat watching. And then as soon as he like opened his mouth and and sure the CG is whatever, but like I'm
shit.
suspending all that shit just to enjoy the idea of everything. Like,
I mean, that design was the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as Georgie sticks his fucking hand down
there, and he fucking gets his arm clean bitten off.
That shit was sick.
I use the term clean loosely because like he's like his arm is bitten off. He's crawling away, and then you see him reach his arm out and pull him in. And I dropped I was on my phone looking at IMDb trying to figure out who Pennywise was, not realizing that.
Skarsgård?
I thought it was a different actor because there was supposed to be another actor doing it.
All right.
And but no, like then right when that happened, I just threw my phone. And I was like, I'm fucking in. I literally said that out loud. I'm fucking in.
All right.
Because that hooked me, and I was so into it. Like this movie,
it was awesome.
Yeah, I really loved this movie for what it was. Sure, there's a lot of holes, or probably some problems with it, but I'll still entertain. Because like some questions that I had with the movie, I was like, well,
apparently this was the closest to the book than the actual series.
Yeah, okay.
So that's something to take into consideration.
Yeah.
So I got some people that I was bragging about how much I liked it, and then they were just like, I could have used more gore, more death. And but honestly though, like the funny part about it is that probably one of the better traits about this movie was the fact that really not, you didn't see this mass amounts of death. You just saw like terror. Mm-hmm. Like it was executed well.
Yeah, everything was a lot of tension building. It was a lot of like storytelling.
Yep.
Like especially with the kids. I love the kids in this movie.
Oh, they're the shit.
I usually hate kids, but I fucking love the kids in this movie. Especially Richie, kid with glasses who made jokes out of everything, and I was like, I fucking love this kid. like this kid is like me now. Like I was never like that when I was a kid. Like not at least not that amped up to 11. But like I love this kid because he's just making jokes out of fucking everything and making fun of his friends.
And always dick jokes and
always
shit.
talking shit. And it's like, I fucking love this kid and he's awesome. And it's the same kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
and it's like...
And he was able to like, you know, the gloves are off so he could be more himself.
Yeah, right?
Or more cool.
And the way these kids are representing kids in the 80s, in the late 80s, is like, yeah, that's how kids fucking acted. That's how they talk to each other.
Yeah, they called you gay. I'm sorry, guys. Get over it. Fuck you.
They made fun of your mom because that is the most insulting thing you can say to your friend.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, early 90s, is make fun of their mom.
Exactly. It was just fucking great.
Probably like one. And
every girl is a whore. Like, you know, you just slept with everybody. She's a hoe. Touch my dick. Like, yeah, it was awesome. I thought that movie was the shit. Performance wise, especially, man, Skarsgård really killed it.
Yeah,
I thought he was fucking amazing, and you know, there was a body count, but you didn't need an on-screen body count to really instill the fear of Pennywise or whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
this movie, especially, was one of the best paced movies I've seen in a long time. They knew when to scare you, when to calm down, when to make you laugh, when to scare you again.
Yeah.
And you know, there was no marinating between scenes. Like, there was some build, but it was just enough.
Yeah.
They never left you into any dead spots where you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, this is where they establish all the characters. And oh, shit!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, over and over again throughout the duration of the film, you got to see Pennywise be a fucking terrible thing.
Yeah.
And that
like, just fuck with these kids' heads.
Yeah.
And, like, I get what he was doing. Like, he was trying to instill fear into these kids so he can make them more delicious.
Yeah,
because like they're just more delicious with more fear and all that stuff.
You know, and
or at least the more that they're scared and all that.
And like I don't know, I got that. Like I get it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like it's not like, because usually in most movies they'll be like, okay, here is a scene where we're gonna scare you, and then right after this we're gonna do 20 minutes of just random
establishing, or your neighbors calling you crazy,
or stuff that just doesn't fucking matter. And but instead it's like it was like you said, it was like slow where it needed to be. But like it didn't drag. It picked
never
up.
Dragged.
It went from one thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna scare this kid, and we're gonna scare the audience.
Yeah.
We're gonna scare this kid and the audience, and then, you know, on top of story building and establishing, and then jump to this other thing while it's like slow, steady.
So when we saw it, it was a packed theater. You know, we saw it in the Dolby Theater in the Roseville AMC.
Okay.
And but that theater's sweet. So like we were sitting second row from the front, you know. So that sounds bad, but it's not the way the seats are, you know, because even if you're sitting up front, you don't have to look up too much. There's a lot of room in front of you. So the second row was perfect for us. Like, it didn't ruin anything. Sat straight in the center.
Okay.
And it was just an army of fucking high school kids. An army. Now, but this was awesome. Now, there's an army of high school kids, but they weren't annoying.
Okay.
Like, because a lot of these kids nowadays really like these fucking horror movies, even though they're awful.
Like, they'll be talking all this shit, like, before the trailers, but then they shut up when everything starts. Yeah, but as soon as the movie starts, they always shut the fuck up. And that's mostly at horror movies. And it's because they eat the shit up. So... Like, Paranormal Activity, get fucked. get fucked. You know what I mean? Like, all those movies are awful. Like, almost all of them are terrible. I don't like... I mean, fuck. I've maybe it's all pretty much dragging and building,
and it's all the same formula. I'm so tired of seeing kids. Like, so essentially, you know, the kids are the evil, or the kids see the evil. Like, that's what makes horror now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can be visceral and not have children. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But, you know, needless to say, I knew It was coming out, and I'm like, oh well, kids. Playing a clown, whatever.
And I think that's one of the main things why one of the main reasons I wasn't interested is because it's kids. And it's like, I don't know who these kids are.
Shit,
I don't know who these kids are. It's going to be, I hate kids, especially in movies.
Just die.
I hate people who are younger than me making more money than me. I just can't get behind it. But I
hate my job too.
but no, these kids were fucking great in this movie. So they're all spot on.
So the army of the high school kids are all like to our left and to our right.
Okay. So you're just outnumbered.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's whatever. I'm there with my girl, We're just watching it, and when all the scenes happen, I'm not like, right? I'm not like scared.
I imagine you like.
But I declare. Every time. But I do declare. I am so scared. Rarely I am. But when I see it, I'm like, yeah, hey, like
that was scary shit.
Yeah,
that shit was scary.
Hey. I'm all
you got me, Pennywise.
I was like, that shit was sick. That shit was sick. Look at his body. It's a rag doll. That shit was sick. But every time I see something where I'm like, oh, and then I look over to the right, and these kids are like clamoring to each other.
Yeah.
And then I hear a ton of nope, nope, like, and that made me really happy just seeing those dudes like freak out. They're there with their girls and they're there with their homies and shit, and they're like clinging to each other and shit. It was great. Like I didn't expect it to be that good at all. And the fact that I saw grown men and women and children in fucking high school all terrified. Yeah. Definitely awesome.
That's awesome.
It was it was really sweet.
For me, when it comes to scary movies, usually what scares me is the jump scares. When it's quiet and then you just show you something like a scary face.
Right.
And like one of the main scenes in the movie, which it's spoiled on fucking Instagram, but like when he hops out of the projection and stuff.
Oh god, that was so sick.
Yeah.
When I saw that live, I was like, yeah! It was like a final boss and shit.
And for me, I feel like this movie was like the realization of my evolution of like being able to stand horror movies that are like this, that are like pretty much going to jump scare at you, where it's like I am not, because there's people that said that like this movie's not scary, and it's like it really depends on like what scares you. But it's really hard to say whether it's scary or not.
Okay, so those people that say this movie isn't scary, cool. I don't care, but if they were scared at Paranormal Activity or fucking Sinister,
they're one of those people in the nightlight thing going, oh my god,
yeah. So fine. Their testament of terror can be, I'm not scared of this shit, but if I find out at all that you had jumped at any of these fucking shit-stained cash grabs that were before this movie, you can fucking go somewhere. Yeah. You fucking scare me.
Yeah. Like for me, like
I just thought it was awesome.
Cause me, I love torturing myself. Like
that's good.
I will watch a video of like a person shooting themselves, even though like most people don't want to watch it because they don't want to see something like that. But me, I'll watch it just because I'm in.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
See that.
Yeah, and I'll watch it just because I love torturing myself that way. Like, I just want to see something freaky like that. So me, I'm watching it, and like this stuff, like I know 10 years ago, like when I'm fucking 21, I would be scared. And especially like 20 years ago, I would be fucking scared. But like, but watching this, I'm like internally, like the kid in me is scared, but I am so like, I want to, like, I'm just watching it, and I want to see everything in full. I was so used to watching scary movies and just kind of covering my eyes of what I may potentially see. And now I'm just like, I want to see everything. Like, I don't feel that fear. I think it must be turning 31 or something like that. Like, where it's just like, I want to be scared. I want to see that stuff. I want that stuff to just kind of stick in my brain, like that fucking freaky face. And I'm obsessed with watching it, and just like, I know this is a scary moment, and it freaks me out. But like, I am so entrenched into the movie that like I have to watch it in full. And my girlfriend's like clinging on to me and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, this is good.
Oh yeah, Daddy like.
And like they show like the zombie scene where there's like zombies in the fucking store.
Yeah,
I was like, I wasn't like when they did stuff like that, where they give you like these images or like, you know, he's projecting these scary things of what these kids find scary. Instead of it just being Pennywise all the time, he's projecting these images of like these scary figures that they are completely frightened by. And then one of the things, like one of the bullies, he's, you know, apparently scared of zombies or some shit like that. But like these zombies are coming at him and shit, and then he's running for his life, or like this scary figure that one of the kids is freaked out by because in a picture, and it's just like it's a weird looking image, and then he comes chasing him.
That
it's like
fucking thing.
And then like fucking I believe it's Stan, the kid that like his mom's trying to convince him that he's sick. Like, you know, the monster that, like, you know, tries to give him pills and has it in his mouth and all that stuff. And, like, oh, my God. But, yeah, no, it was...
Fuck, yeah. Hell yeah. Give that kid some drugs.
I kind of want to see it again just because, like,
it
was
insane. I do, too,
insane.
low-key. I thought that shit was great.
Yeah.
So, fuck the naysayers. That movie was sweet. Go shove it.
Like, people just have their issue. I think people have their issues with just, like, the CG, which, funny enough, I was kind of intrigued by the CG.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, because like it wasn't that like, oh, they had to use CG to do this. Like, no, they purposely use CG to make the certain scenes look awkward. Like that scene where he's dancing in a thing. It's like,
oh, that was awesome.
The idea of that is freaky because like you can tell
it's not real.
Yeah, it's because he's moving. There's so much shaking, but his head is completely still.
And like just staring.
Yeah,
dead at
it's like his head is not moving with his body. It's still, and you need CG to do that. And sure, there's some of the CG effects or whatever, but like they enhance the idea of what's going on in the movie, and it made it freaky. So it was really entertaining to me, like what they did.
Played.
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot of things, man. You got a final battle. You got, like, man, fuck. It was the complete package as far as I'm concerned, especially for horror.
And the fact that they did just focus on the kids in this movie and not, like, did the jump around like the original TV or movie series did. And,
which they plan on doing, I think, that second chapter.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Which, like, judging from, like, the first night or the first weekend, it's like, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
They're going to do a sequel. Dude. And, like, with the girl, with Beverly, I kept thinking, like, this girl looks just like Amy Adams. So I can imagine Amy Adams is going to be her when she gets older.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what is it, 30 years from then?
It's supposed to be every 27 years.
27 years.
In this movie, it's 27 years. I believe it's 30 years in the original. Okay. But they did it 27, so it can be 20, because this movie came out 27 years after the original.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole play on it, and they put like little Easter eggs of like, you know, Batman and like the Batman movie coming out. And
yeah, I saw that '89 Batman.
Which me and my girlfriend ended up kind of looking up and trying to figure out like is that accurate? Like I know Batman, like because it was '89 that came out, but it's like what was the other? I think Gremlins came out in like '84. So it's like it shouldn't really be on the marquee. Or whatever. Right. And then in Beetlejuice, they had a poster of the Beetlejuice movie, so we're kind of wondering if like that's accurate. It's like, would they have a poster of the Beetlejuice movie there? It's like, were they that accessible back then? Like just to get a poster? It's like we're thinking about all this stuff that doesn't fucking matter, but it's like we just have to nitpick at it, not to like poke fun at the movie, but like just to kind of think, it's like, like would they have that? And that was funny. There was a moment where one of the kids in his house, he had this really big tube TV. And I'm thinking, it's like, I had a TV that looked exactly like that in, like, 2000. It's like, there's no way they had that TV in, like, fucking 89.
Well, at least it was a tube TV. Shit, could have been worse.
And it's like, it just seemed weird. And I imagine some tube TVs are hard to get your hands on stuff. Or they probably have a warehouse filled with, like, oh, you need a freaking 1980s tube TV. We got a bunch right here. Which one do you want?
Go ahead and grab it there,
Just go pick it out of the pile.
You'll fucking love it. Awesome.
But I don't really have any complaints about the movie. I really dug it and just what they were doing with it and all that. So
yeah,
I just think like the bullies, they're just like way over the top. And it's like, and I was listening to a podcast and they're talking about like how Stephen King, like how he writes bullies, and they were like, I would love to ask Stephen King, it's like, where do you fall? Like, are you the bully or are you the one getting picked on? And this is like your interpretation of what bullies are and how you got picked on as a kid. Because like a fucking bully that's like so angry for no fucking reason at these kids and wants to carve his name into the fat kid just cuz.
Yeah,
it's like that's a little extreme.
Yeah, bullies back then are are not like that, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But like I did dig the twist of like making him like just kind of like a like some type like a vessel in a way for
minion.
because like Pennywise beyond beyond like the, where his main place of business, like the sewers, like that's where he can kill, because he can't kill outside in the real world. He can like get inside your head, but he can't actually do anything to you.
Yep.
Which I think there are some holes in that, because he was able to take Beverly from her home. So so that's where like the holes lie. Or it's like he can grab them, he can put them in trance. I get he wanted to kill them all at once and together and just make him more scared. But what he ended up doing was making them a lot more like, inert to the idea of being scared of him, because now they're just becoming braver and braver, because it's like, yeah, you scared us like 5 times already, like the 6th time you're not doing anything to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So but it just, in the end, it just makes me think of real life with like all these clowns in the, trying, like last year or 2 years ago, these clowns are trying to scare people.
Yeah, right. When I heard that movie was going to be a thing, they all did it. I think that's when they unveiled what Pennywise looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden everybody wanted to be a terror clown.
Yeah. Weird. But like the end of the movie where you just got a bunch of kids just beating the shit out of a clown, it almost seems, it's like
it
tables.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it like seems like the tables have turned. It's like, should I feel bad for Pennywise? Not really,
yeah,
but it's like this is
I
like,
wanted you to terrorize.
It's like you think of like a kid's birthday party, like all these kids like all agree that like we do not like this clown, and they just decide to beat the living hell out of him.
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but no, that's where I stand with the movie. I thought it was fantastic.
So when I saw it, there was a special little trailer for this movie called Disaster Artist.
Did that trailer pop up for you there?
Yeah, yep, it was there. Nice. So now
there's
this is
a lot
funny.
of trailers in front of it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the funny part about it was all those trailers that I saw at ours were all like scary films.
Yeah.
They're all horror. And then well, there was a suspense movie. There was like one suspense, but they're all horror. Mm-hmm. But the last trailer before it was the Disaster Artist.
That's so fucking weird.
Now, Disaster Artist, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like this mockumentary / documentary / I think it's a mockumentary.
It's not like a mockumentary, but like it's like a biopic.
Yeah,
it's like
biopic.
It's a mockupic, if anything.
Yeah. So it's a biopic of Tommy Wiseau, the creative genius behind the movie The Room. And oh my fucking God, I hope you guys have seen this movie.
Yeah.
Because there was a cult, it's like a cult following with this film because it's so bad. There's so much charisma in this bad-ass movie that you just want to keep watching it over and over again.
It's so bad it's good that it's watched ironically the same way people buy fucking ironic t-shirts.
Exactly. So how old am I now? I'm that old? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say about like 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, they've been showing The Room at Landmark and Lagoon Theater.
Okay.
Which is in Minneapolis, and it's hip to just show like cult films like Rocky Horror Picture Show and shit. Mm. And they showed The Room, and I remember Tommy Wiseau was on this world tour. You know, essentially him and Greg Sestero, the guy who plays Mark, the side character in the film, he he's there in person. And Tommy Wiseau is there. And Tommy Wiseau is so amped. He is so fucking jacked to be there that, you know, you would have thought it's like this mass amount of cocaine. I don't know. But he's wearing these huge dark glasses. He's wearing a vest and a button-up shirt with the sleeves rolled up. A red tie with the black vest over the tie. He is wearing 2 pairs of jeans over, and then he's sagging them both with his boxers exposed, which are his name brand, like, well, they're not name brand. I think he just painted Wiseau instead of Hilfiger on his drawers. Wow. I forgot, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a belt on like each pant. Like, it's fucking weird, dude. And they're like studded and like it's Hot Topic as fuck, right? And he's sagging them, and he's doing Q&As up there, and he's like, ha, I'm glad, nice to meet all of you, yeah.
Where is he from? Is he French or?
I fucking don't know. I looked it up like once, and then he was just so ridiculous that it was almost better that I didn't know.
Because I see the trailer, and he's talking about, it's like, let's write this movie, and it's about this guy's American hero, and it's me. And he's not American.
This guy, Johnny, he's got everything. He's got a girl. He's got a good job. Maybe Johnny is a vampire. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? And it's funny because if you haven't seen the movie, you don't know the context of, like, this trailer. But that is 100% how Tommy Wiseau is.
Yeah.
Like, he would say that. He's just, like, fucking bananas. So when we saw this movie, and I met him, and, like, you know, I got my picture taken with them, and there's this character in the movie. So everybody dresses like either Tommy Wiseau, or they dress like Mark, or they dress like you know, fucking his hoe ass fucking wife. But the funny part, or Denny even. Denny's like the kid.
Okay.
But I was the only guy to ever. This is from Greg Sestero. Because I ran into him. Now, mind you, when I ran into Greg Sestero at this theater, I had to take a piss, okay? Now, I'd seen this movie like 100 times before, you know. So I'm like, I gotta pee. I don't care what's happening right now because I know what's happening right now. So I go to take a piss. And I leave the theater. And then I hear, hey, what's up, Chris R.? And that was the guy I was dressed up as in this movie. It's this dude named Chris R. All Chris R is like he's like a fucking 6 foot tall white dude with a goatee and a black tank top and like a black beanie. He just looks like a burglar. And so I do that. I dress like Chris R. So he's like, hey, Chris R. And I'm like, hey. And then I go, oh, hi, Mark. And he's like, haha, yeah. Like, it looks like, now, he looks like he was going to end his life, like, at any minute.
Really?
Like, he was so depressed.
Oh, my God.
Now, I'm sure it's way different now, because you could tell he wanted to be an actor. You know?
He wanted to be a serious actor.
Greg wanted to do something, you know? And when I ran into him, I'm like, bro, is it, like, should I call someone? Like, I feel like you need to be on watch right now.
Did he have, like, a gun in his hand or something?
No, he just, like, we were upstairs, and I'm like, any minute he could just kind of fall off.
Yeah.
He could just be like, fuck it. Like, I just don't want to live anymore. He was just,
oh, man.
I don't know. He may have been super tired. No matter what, it was funny. So then when he saw me, he was like, oh, Chris R. And I'm like, oh, hi, Mark. I'm sorry, man. He's like, oh, it's okay. I get it all the time. And he's like, hey, I've never seen anybody dressed like Chris R. I was like, thank you? Yeah, I just needed to take a piss. I was like, yeah, I got to take a piss. It was really nice seeing you, man. This stuff's got to be nuts. You going to town, going to see this movie? How's the tour? And he was like, man, it's been crazy. Really? It's been really crazy. Because, like, this movie is just, like, starting to just blow the fuck up. Like, everybody's showing it. It's just, like, amazing. Now it
went from just being a low-budget thing, and then it's the right amount of people seeing it and like, pass it around.
To the point where my buddy bought me the soundtrack as a Christmas present.
Wow.
Like,
I can only imagine what that soundtrack sounds like.
Oh, just wait. It is budget R&B. It is amazing. It is amazing. Yeah, so I got him to sign my copy of The Room. We took pictures together. I brought a Nerf gun because Chris R. has a pistol. And so I just brought in this Nerf gun. And then my buddy Nate is, he's a brunette white guy with longish hair. Yeah. So I just pulled him aside and I was like, give me my fucking money, Denny. And then I put the gun to his head and they took the picture. Like, it was amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I am so geeked to see this movie, man. Like, I can't even explain to you how geeked I am. So I'm gonna definitely show it to you. It's
I got to see it. Like, I think that's to be like that is because probably about once a week or every couple of weeks, my girlfriend, because we're both so busy, we don't spend a lot of time just like kind of sitting at home, relaxing, cuddling, watching movies and all that stuff. But like, but last week, every now and then, because it's rare when I say like, I want to just lay down and watch this movie that we both like, eat popcorn, just relax, actually sit and watch a movie.
You're not watching that movie unless I'm there. I'm saying.
But
you need... See, that's something I've learned, too, when you watch The Room, is that...
You have to watch it in a group.
Well, you should have a guy there that's just like...
Watching you watch it.
Kind of. Because there's shit that you won't pick up.
Yeah.
But then that person... Like, I like to do this. I like to watch the movie.
Like you just pause the movie and now, look, this scene,
exactly.
motivations.
No, exactly. So I'll watch the movie, and then I'll finish the scene, and I'll pause it, and I'm like, what, did you see that?
Yeah.
They were like, no, and then I'll just go back
and
watch again.
See, I hate doing that, like trying to make somebody watch something and then sit there. Like, I hate doing that because it's like, do you enjoy it as much as I enjoy it? Like, I can't stand that feeling.
But I'm at this point in my life now, and this movie has been out so long that I just know how you're going to...
Okay.
I know how you're going to...
Because I feel like I've never attempted to watch it. I think it's just a matter of it, like, availability and, like, me just, like... I could buy it, but why bother, kind of thing. And it's like
it is.
I feel like I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much on my own. So I think it's like one of the things we have to make a night of it.
Yes,
and just
exactly.
gotta get Erica, get Jessica over. Cause I know she loves that movie.
Does she?
Yeah, she loves that movie.
All right.
At least she has like a shirt for it, and like she's always talking about it.
She's out here.
So like, and she's in the area too. She lives like probably a couple blocks up.
Word.
So like, just make a night of it and just have people over. I'll bring the popcorn.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. You're not gonna watch that movie until
for
you
sure.
see that movie. So
make a night of it.
But it's amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah, like I've seen like probably the most I've seen of it is in like the Watch Mojo top 10s. Like it shows up. It's like either worst this or best worst that or blah blah.
I like the word Watch Mojos. I think those are pretty cool.
And so I've seen it there, and then I've heard people talk about it, so I know it as a reference point. I know certain scenes. I know I did not hit her. Oh hi Mark. I know that scene, and that's really all I know is that scene. It's like. Okay, I want to watch it, but like I said, it's like, whether it's available or it's like I don't want to really just watch it on my own. It's like, so yeah, I think it's just perfect situation. Just kind of watch it with people who have seen it.
Yep, that's the way to go. Because when you see the movie live, there are points where people throw spoons at the screen.
Okay.
Thousands of spoons at the screen. That is nothing you would understand. So when I went there cold.
Okay.
I didn't know any of that shit was going to happen. And then...
Were you getting, like, harassed out of the theater because you didn't bring a spoon?
No. It's just that everybody throws them.
Yeah.
Plastic spoons.
Okay.
Everywhere. So imagine my dismay when I'm sitting there and the first time when you're supposed to throw them happens. And they all go, spoon! And then it was just like... So, dude, it was just crazy. Like, I had to put my hands up because people bring boxes of plastic spoons. It's just fucking insane. So,
that's awesome.
People yell out like, and you gotta time them. It's kind of like jokes,
Yeah.
It's like there's a part where he's like, "Oh, you look so good in your red dress." Oh, Lisa, you look so good in your red dress. And then somebody in the back will be like, you fucking whore!
Okay.
or there'll be just, every time there's, so they follow the Golden Gate Bridge a lot.
Oh, God.
Like in these establishing shots. So you just go, 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 go. Just because the pan takes like fucking 5 minutes to get across this bridge. So every time there's an establishing shot of water, everybody goes, water! Like, it's just fucking retarded.
What the hell?
You wait till you... But that's what I'm saying is like, you kind of have to be trained when you watch the film. Because once you watch it...
It's a commitment.
Yeah, so then once you watch it, and then you go, okay... I think I want to take the next step in this relationship and see it live at the Lagoon or at Landmark.
And they show it like every now and then. Like, did he still do that?
Yeah. I was there 2 months ago. Ellen and I.
Wow.
So they do it. I think once every couple months. So no matter what, you're going to catch it.
All right.
Or they choose like a stint every couple of months where they just show it every week.
Okay.
Or something like that.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Can't wait for the movie night.
Yep.
Amberland Studios movie night.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I'd like to segue from the room to another little movie rumor, and I'm hearing different actors being rumored to play the superhero Shazam. Now, I'm a superhero guy, right? I love capes, cape shit all day. I've been hot on the DC train a lot more lately than the Marvel train, just because things were better written at DC. And right now, they're still pretty good. Except I'm on the second issue of this Dark Knight's Metal book. And I know there are no top guys listening. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, if you guys are listening, what is happening in this book? Like, this second issue is, like, blowing my mind. It's so fucking wacky.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I digress. So, I'm really excited to see a Shazam movie. I think he's a perfect character to get kids in to see a DC, mythos, essentially. And Shazam is interesting because the dynamic of magic is there.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to establish since Superman, it's a huge vulnerability of of Superman. So, Shazam is this fucking grand wizard with who can turn into a grand wizard at the cast of the name Shazam.
Yeah.
But essentially...
Which is an acronym.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the acronym for like each letter in Shazam is like the first letter in the names of the gods that he kind of represents.
Yeah, exactly. And oh wow, so he is a kid. Okay, she's essentially Billy. He's a kid.
Billy Batson, right?
So yeah.
So
Billy's a kid. Cool. Awesome. He can relate with any kid of said era as long as you nail him.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see who they pick. Now,
so which route do you think they would go? Because I know they changed him for the New 52.
Yeah.
They made him kind of like a dickish kind of kid, but still with a heart of gold.
I think they going that route.
Okay, I would imagine. Yeah.
So rumor has it, John fucking Cena is rumored, and I pray among the shining stars of gods above that is true. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think there's ever been such a perfect time for him and this character to coexist.
Yeah.
So they announced that The Rock is Black Adam. Okay? Fucking foot in the door there, right? So then you get that. Now, The Rock versus Cena. That on paper, that's fucking money.
Yeah.
It was money.
It was money.
It was money for WWE.
Twice.
Yeah, it was twice the money.
Yeah.
And Cena...
Once in a lifetime. Twice.
It was only once in a lifetime twice. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I laughed so hard when that happened. John Cena essentially is a kid trapped in a giant's body. John Cena is what every kid wants to be, every Make-A-Wish kid wants to see, and is built like the human version of a Tonka truck.
Yeah.
Right? So, you put him in that costume, and you make him fight the fucking Rock, who is the highest paid actor in Hollywood?
Now, the thing about this, because I've heard that the movie with The Rock as Black Adam and the Shazam movie are not going to be the same.
Yeah.
They're not going to be together.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm saying I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's, polar, like, different ends. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a Black Adam, and then there's a Shazam.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a rumor that Black Adam might not have his own movie, and that he would be in a villain in the Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
I heard that was one of those funky rumors.
Yeah.
So
because it's a different studio trying to do Shazam, isn't it?
Maybe.
I think that's what I heard.
I think shit's just nothing's 100%.
Shit's hooked up.
Yeah, and nothing's 100%. For all I know, the John Cena thing could have just been spew of lies.
Yeah, because it's been like a fan casting over the last year, at least something. You know, I've seen images of it and stuff, and I think John Cena, like you said, that is perfect casting. Like you have someone that's already like he has the body of a fucking Greek god anyway. Like he's already in that shape. Like why get someone that like really nobody really knows that like has to train for 6 months to look like what John Cena already looks like and trains like every fucking day.
I mean, we already know. I'm saying like we already know that John Cena appeals to the demographic you are trying to target.
Yeah.
So why?
On top of getting the right kid actor to play that kid
so
too.
Now exactly. So now you have
the best of both two worlds right there.
Yeah, now you have the stress of casting the grown guy and the stress of casting the kid. Just stress about casting the kid. Don't stress about casting him because he's real life. He's right there. His name is John Cena.
Yeah. You know what's funny, because I'm thinking about this in my head, my fan casting, even though looks wise probably wouldn't make sense, but I'm thinking, and it's funny how I'm playing this in my head, because like I'm thinking of the kid from Stranger Things and that played Richie. Of him playing a Billy Batson. I could see him doing it.
I could see him doing it, but he'll be too old by then.
Probably, yeah.
That's what I know.
Because how old is Billy Batson supposed to be?
Well, it depends how they want to go at it, because there's been a few iterations, right? Essentially, he would be that kid's age now, oldest.
Okay.
Like, so high school is the oldest he should be.
Okay.
Right? But that's that. Like, that's as far as I would go.
Yeah.
Also, has Shazam ever been on the Teen Titans? Because I think that would be money.
On Teen Titans? No, I can't see.
I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, and don't get me wrong, I think right now, if that shit were to happen, I'd choose that kid right away.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, it's funny because you have John Cena, who the kids would love, who is actually the adult. And you have the little boy that the adults would love because he's fucking awesome. Yes. And the, like, two major roles that he's done.
Exactly.
And it's just kind of funny little reversal of how, like, seeing that in my head, it's like, that's just, like, awesome.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, I think John Cena would be amazing in that role. Like, I love him. I've said it before. I love him in cameo roles. He's hilarious when he does cameo roles and stuff. One of his best. I don't think you've ever seen it. Have you ever seen the movie? I think it's Sisters. It has Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. They're sisters. They throw a party.
Right. John Cena was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in that. He has he has tattoos like all over his body and stuff. He's like the drug dealer that comes and all that, and Tina Fey is like all up on him and stuff. But there's like this perfect scene, and it's a YouTube video too. I'll show you after we're done, where he's describing all the drugs that he has. And is the funniest fucking... It was the funniest thing I've ever seen him do.
Dude, Tour de Pharmacy.
Yeah.
Why does he keep doing shit, though?
Like, he's freaking hilarious. And, like, he was perfect in Tour de Pharmacy, but, like, in this role, just, like, that one scene of him describing all the drugs and just how it ends, it was just, like, this is the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. And it's, like, no pun intended with the Cena in my life, but like it's but no, he's just like, he's spot on whenever he does these cameo roles. Like Dolph Ziggler said it in a promo, but like he's spot on with these freaking roles and stuff. And I think putting him in a major role like that would be like the next thing that he needs, and really kind of get him probably where he wants to be. I know he wants to do movies and stuff, and he's doing his movies, but he's better suited in those cameo roles and eventually building up to being like, we want to see him in more stuff. Because immediately jump starting him into starring in a movie, it probably wasn't the best idea. Like, right. Like, you did it because he was on top and is your own studio, so you can put him in the role in one of the worst movies anyone's ever seen. But like, probably the worst like fight scenes I've ever seen, or fight scenes I've barely seen in that movie. But like, but no, I think that's a great casting for John Cena. I hope to see it. I hope it happens. I can't really think of anyone. It would be hard for me to picture anyone else taking that role. Yeah,
there was also a rumor floating around that I really liked Blue Mountain State. I thought that series was hilarious. Okay. And the guy that plays Thad Castle in that, they thought about, I think his name was brought up. And I think he would be a really good fit, too. Don't get me wrong.
Is he the one that people have been talking about? Like, I think, what's his name? I'm wondering if that's the dude that does the voice of Raphael in the new Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But he's absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
And also, Warner Brothers has a penchant for giving all its prior actors in DC shows and movies work
guy.
again.
Yep.
And he was Aquaman in.
In
was
Smallville.
Aquaman in Smallville.
Yeah.
So
he was the voice of Raphael in the Ninja Turtle movies.
So I could definitely see that working too.
Yeah.
But I just think the star power of John Cena is something very stupid to say no to.
Yeah.
Like
that'll definitely get kids like, I want to see this.
That's your goddamn demographic.
Yeah.
That's, you did it.
Because you keep putting John Cena or even certain actors like in these roles that like, you have this person and you have him cast, but like, who is this movie appealing to? Like exactly. A superhero movie where John Cena is the hero, but he turns into a hero because the little boy version of him says Shazam. Like, that's fucking... That is... I'm surprised that movie hasn't been made like 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It fucking exactly, dude.
Because that's built for toys. Everything's built for fucking toys. They make toys out of fucking R-rated movies back in the 90s, and still do now. But you're kids anyway. But no, it's like it's money, and I'm excited to see if that actually happens. But Hollywood, do it.
Yeah, Hollywood, do it. Do that shit, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So, since we talk about John Cena, get to the wrestling wrap-up?
Yeah, I was just going to do a little motherfucking wrestling wrap-up.
Wrestling shit.
Well, let me just...
What are some standouts?
I won't dwell too long on it, but I am now officially dubbing this the work-shoot era, ladies and gentlemen. The work-shoot era of wrestling is claiming victims left and right. Now it's claimed the hard way blood of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So, Kevin Owens just headbutted the CEO and right to his forehead and just bled everywhere. Yeah. Hard way. It was amazing. Right now Owens is really over, so that's cool. But then we got and then this fucking Dolph Ziggler thing. They have, right now, Dolph Ziggler, they have coming out to the ring in different gimmicks because he keeps telling everybody that he's the greatest in-ring performer and that gimmicks don't mean shit. That he is a walking work shoot. Yeah. It is literally why he's around now. So now, I'm not intrigued. It's annoying because it's taken up way too much time.
Yeah.
Like, what is this amounting to? The only thing that would ever make this worth it to me is if he tried to come out like CM Punk and then CM Punk showed up.
Yeah.
And since I know that's never going to fucking happen, I don't care.
That would probably get me to get the freaking network again.
Again. Yeah, just kind of dust it off.
Fucking CM Punk is back. Why not?
Why not?
He'd probably only show up for the pay-per-views, maybe one every freaking year. Like fucking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, no shit. So, and now on Raw, we have John Cena and Roman Reigns, or what I like to call John Cena wins, Roman Reigns loses at talking. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just weird because he's literally going out there and being barbecued every day.
Yeah, it's like, to quote a CM Punk who we just talked about, he's trying to box with God when it comes to like fucking talking.
He really is, yo. Low key. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just, it's all wrong.
It's like they're just saying, go out there and wing it. You guys are money. Do it. And then Roman Reigns just gets fucking shit all over.
Yeah.
By like the best in the business, fucking just winging it on the mic.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely fucking
Which I haven't seen. Like, I didn't really get to watch Raw or SmackDown or anything because I'm too busy making stuff because I'm obsessed with making shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I see the cliff notes on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.
Right.
I thought the promo with The Miz and Enzo was really entertaining.
Yes, Miz and Enzo, it was really good. Yeah. I don't like The Miz's matches, but I'll watch him all day.
Yeah, I dig The Miz, especially. Like, I feel like he's really kind of like he's earned his stripes for years, but he's like really kind of gotten to a place where it's like he's respectable at this point.
I mean, he's literally the second best guy in the company on the mic next to John.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Period. They're the only ones that could... They're the only two people who could go toe-to-toe in a promo right now.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do that shit. at least nobody that I would fucking give credit to. Well, Joe, I bet could do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Joe has always been underrated mic man. Because Joe is one of the only people who you can take serious in a serious situation. You know, everybody could be dancing clowns around him. As long as you give him a mic, you know that his intentions are serious.
Yeah.
Like he's a real
So
person.
imagining like a promo, or like just actual program and promos between him and John Cena.
Yeah, because when they were going back and forth in that triple threat with it was Roman Reigns, and then it was Joe, and then it was
I think it was a tag match, wasn't it?
Or-
set up because Joe came, because it was John Cena came out saying that like I came here for one guy, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and then they start going back and forth, and then the Miz comes out and says like I want to be part of this too, and then Joe comes out and says I'm gonna tag with the Miz, I'm gonna face off with you, I want to beat the shit out of John Cena.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like if there was more play on that, it would have been an all day affair. It's just Roman shouldn't talk.
yeah,
I like the guy's moveset. I think he can fucking work.
he can execute the stuff with the exception of the overuse of that.
Yeah, that can stop.
Yeah.
But essentially, I think he's just fine. He's a better worker champion. That, like, I'd say, to put a perfect example on it, I think he's a far better worker than Batista ever was.
Really?
Yes. And
I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Like I was always a fan of Batista, and I thought he was still pretty good.
I honestly, every time I watched his matches, they were just like a little tough.
Okay.
Because they were more about the guy who was carrying him. Now with Roman, it was like that in the beginning, but now he can call matches and they can be decent.
Okay.
Whereas I have seen some shit out of Batista I'd rather never see again.
Yeah.
So, that's just to put things into perspective. But
at least Batista wore trunks.
yes, but Batista wins because gear.
Yeah.
He wore something.
He wore fucking gear. He had, fucking boots.
So there's that.
Roman has his freaking, his zip-up vests and his Under Armour
So I'm really
camel boots.
So I'm really, really hoping that the work shoot era just kind of like takes it back a little bit, because like we were saying earlier, like McMahon dialing it in and doing like all the hard shit.
Yeah.
Bringing back all the tough stuff, like 25% to all, or 75% for Mania.
Yeah.
And the last few pay-per-views of the year. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like him turning it up when it's necessary and then calming it down. I hope this is that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If he shows up on TV, something special has to happen.
Yes,
he has to get headbutted and fucking bleed the hard way.
Exactly. I just really don't want the work shoots to be a thing that's going to consistently happen, because I will lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, that's that. I
think
I'm watching the Mae Young Classic. I watched the finish.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Kairi Singh wins it, and almost rightfully so. There's a couple of honorable mentions. Dakota Kai is really good. I really like Toni Storm and the other Aussie girl. So keep your eyes out. Piper Niven is really good too. The heavyset girl who is better than Nia Jax. So that's a thing. But yeah, there's that.
But she doesn't have a famous cousin, so that's holding her back.
Yeah. Sad but true. Sorry. But,
sad truth.
But yeah, that wraps up my wrestling wrap up.
I think I saw a clip of Brock Lesnar and the man Braun.
Oh yeah!
They
hold
confronted.
on now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and Braun is the shit, because Braun is just literally beating the piss out of Brock Lesnar now, and Brock Lesnar's like pee-peeing himself.
Yeah.
And
Actually seeing shock. And I only say this because my only context for this is just a little bit of a clip I saw on Instagram that I thought was awesome. And seeing him like give him the German, and then he just rolls over and just stands straight up and looks him in the eye. And it's like, yeah, that's fucking sweet.
Right. Yeah, it's it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just German suplex, no sell, and just stare at his ass. It was
Like, all you got.
It was amazing. And the match, one of the best matches that Big Show has had, was in a cage on Raw.
Yeah.
With Braun.
Yeah.
It was awesome. That whole segment was sweet. Once again, solidifying that Braun Strowman is in fact my dude.
Yeah.
And one of the better ones out of the crop.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
If anything, he's the one keeping me in, even though I'm falling a little bit out.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I'm
mean,
still entertained.
You're always gonna learn when Braun does something now.
Yeah,
you
Instagram.
know. Instagram's
Instagram's
just like,
gonna keep me in the loop.
Oh shit!
It's like I don't need the network. I have Instagram.
Yeah. Low key, you're right. So, yep. That's the Braun thing is I'm looking forward to him and Lesnar. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be the shit.
Yeah.
And Hell in a Cell is Hell in a Cell a joint pay-per-view?
I don't think so. I think there's only 2 joints all year.
Oh, okay. Where it's SummerSlam and
SummerSlam and Mania, yeah.
What about the Rumble? The Rumble has to.
Oh
be
yeah,
joint.
Definitely.
So Rumble,
I think
SummerSlam,
that's
Mania?
the exception. So I think that's the. There has to be a 4th one then. I imagine they wouldn't keep it odd like that. But I haven't seen any joints in between Mania and SummerSlam.
I don't think so either. So yeah. Well, either way, sweet. Like I said, I'm looking forward to Braun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He is the man with the master's head plan.
So I think that is it for the Break Knyte podcast this week, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Suck it.
I am Craven Knight. My co-host, Sean Iredale of Amberland Studios. AmberlandStudios.com.
That's right.
At Amberland Studios on Instagram.
Yep.
At The Amberlancer on the Twitters.
Correct.
Me, I am at Break Knyte Creative on all of the social medias. But you can also check out Break Knyte Creative on YouTube and check out some of the videos. I have a nice slew of videos hanging out there, and I'm still just producing even more and more, and even little clips from some of the podcasts, maybe some old podcasts too. Throw it in there, just little preview pieces, kind of get you in there if you're not already listening. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Everything's going to be linked in the description as they usually are, so everything's easy access. So go check everything out. Go see the content that Sean is doing. Go check out the content I'm doing, as we always staying creative and doing our thing. So stay creative yourselves, and peace, love, and chicken grease. We are out to go eat some chicken ourselves.
Oh yeah, I like pizza.
Pizza chicken.